Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to FPL. Don't panic. Oh, sorry guys for the radio silence. I won't go into too much of an explanation. I'm in Ireland now. It's fucking freezing. Leaving the sunny shores of New Zealand to come into the rain and the cold. But yeah, just got a few things. Just seems to be the way of the world at the moment. The last few years for me. And Caroline just had to come here at a very, very short notice over to Ireland to be with a family member. It is what it is. It is what it is. So the videos are going to be very, 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 very erratic at the moment. Haven't managed to do bugger all. I've listened to very little over the last week, obviously between the flying, the jet lag, and everything else we'd have to be doing. I did some transfers for right or for wrong. I'll take you through that. Just about since I've had time on the plane to think upon the season, though. It's a weird fucking season, isn't it? It really, really is. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've all got our different styles of playing, I guess. And I think my methodology generally is, I mean, I think, try and get my thoughts clear on this. Some people are fixtures players. Some people are forms players. I think we generally fall a little bit of both, don't we? And I'm a fixtures and forms player. You know where I do my spreadsheet. I look at the fixtures. I look at the form for the past 5 game weeks, and try and have my averages, and it generally serves me fairly well. And the more data I get as the season goes on, that's when the consistency tends to come in, as the games build up, particularly after, about game 10, 15, you can see the players that are doing well, you can see the teams that are doing well, you can see the teams that are doing badly, you can get those averages going, and you can generally get a good feel for it, and I look at, the past 5 fixtures, if I'm bringing in a player, how have they been doing? Have they been doing okay? Maybe not sort of hitting the numbers that you want, but you can then see good run of fixtures going forward, etc. Fuck me, this year's made no rhyme or reason whatsoever. Another bloody 35-pointer last week out of a team that looked on paper fabulous. No rhyme or reason this year. So you know what? I'm just throwing 4 sheets in the wind now. And it's going to be what it's going to be. Honestly, I do have other things to be thinking about, particularly maybe for the next month or two, to be honest with you. So what have I done? Well, I'm still going to effectively play the same methodology, same form and fixture sort of thing, and just hope that maybe I can catch a wet sail in the last 10. But as I'm not going to have too much time to think about it certainly for the next few days, I pretty much have set the team out that's probably going to go out for the next 2 weeks. I've done 3 transfers, so I have taken a hit. I'll take you through those, some of my logic around it. I mean, I have been listening enough to know that the big debate at the moment, and these were players that were also on my watch list. You can see that over the last few weeks, the teams that I've been wanting to bring players in from have been Brentford, Liverpool and Fulham, and that's clearly where everyone's going now with that fixture run. I've been talking about it for weeks, and the time has come to do that, and what I've done is brought in 2 Liverpool. I have ignored Brentford and Fulham for the moment. That could well bite me on the bum. Shade or Dango? If any of you are having the same conversation with your inner monologues, probably go Dango. I think just about. Just on that right wing, he's so good. I like Dango. Still might bring in Dango next week. It's not impossible. Maybe for Rice, but I'll have a talk about that in a minute. And of course Wilson, who's got a great fixture run as well coming. Who else is in the conversation pieces at the moment? So Verts, but I'd have brought Verts in this week actually, only for there's just that little question mark on his fitness. That's where I would have gone. Listen, it's going to be a little bit of a waffly one, guys. I just want to get this one out so I've got the team locked in, so you can see what I've done and some of my reasoning around it. And I'm not sure the reasons are good ones, but they're my reasons, so I have to go with them. So yeah, I've succumbed. I brought in Virgil. I do like the Liverpool fixture run. I needed to get rid of Tarkowski. Everton will go on a run and keep clean sheets now. Of course they bloody will. it really has been the case this year. I swear, if I go left, go right, guys. Honestly, I am actually, now that I think about it, I'm sort of just about 600,000 at the moment. It's actually a minor miracle considering the amount of things that have gone wrong in terms of my decisions. You know, I just think that even 50% of my freaking things had gone right, you know, I'd be flying. But just the amount of decisions that are based on really good logic that just go pear-shaped. So I have brought in Virgil for Tarkowski. Yes, is maybe it. Well, Virgil was on my mind anyways, or Konate, and I'm not ruling out going for a double Liverpool defence. Just making that my punt now for the run in for the rest of the season, and actually go with a double Arsenal, double Liverpool, and say, you know, to hell or to Connacht. That's it. Just see what happens, and maybe there'll be some weeks when they all come in. I'm not ruling that out. Bringing in Konate actually. I need to fill one more place for blank 31, and I think it probably will be Nunes that goes, because I don't have to worry about Raya, so then I can bench Haaland. Yeah, cool. Can I bench so Raya can sit on the bench, and I can bench Haaland and two Arsenal lads if I decide to keep Rice, of course, that is. That may well be what I do actually. That may be the one transfer that I do. Who have City got in 29? Forest at home. Don't really want to get rid of him for that, do I? But then Liverpool have got Wolves away. Might hold on to it. Might do that transfer after the 5th round of the FA Cup, after game week 29, because we're going to have 2 game weeks coming up, one after the other, very, very quickly. So might roll just to get a bit more information that might guide me towards what those cup draws look like, and if we can start to get a clearer projection on the doubles for 33 and the blanks for 34. So yeah, Virgil's in. Nunes could turn into Konate, but maybe not until after 29, and that would get him in for, yeah, West Ham. That's okay. Hill, I had Hill on the bench for the last game. Why did I have Hill on the bench? I don't know. It just looked like a fucking stupid decision now, considering the form that lad is showing. And to bring in Alderete, who played in the last game week, whose averages have just fallen off a cliff, and indeed have Sunderland started to fall off a cliff. That's something else I have to look at now, because I've got the Sunderland double up that I thought were going to be quite useful further down the line. Lost their form. Have they just? It can happen. We've seen it with them. We've seen it with surprise teams before, haven't we? As the season comes to an end, it's almost like the weight's off the shoulder. We're safe from relegation. We've overachieved, and they don't quite have that edge. They're not quite what they were. They're not quite what they were some weeks back. Where are we? Yeah, Hill's going great guns. So hopefully that can continue, and it is, of course, Sunderland at home. So watch Sunderland go and do them 3-0 now with a Brobby hat-trick, and Alderete getting a couple of assists. Watch this space, I'm telling you. Gabriel, yeah. Gabriel, I mean, you know, it's not going great guns for him, is it? Last 3. However, I don't think any of us are going to be benching Gabriel anytime soon, are we? Rice, I've retained Rice. Now listen, I'm not unhappy with Rice. He's averaging there 5.2. Last 4 game weeks, 3, 5, 9, 4. If he's getting 4s and 5s, and if we can start to pick up that attacking, you know, an attacking goal or an assist, you know, 1 or 2 in every 5, like he was doing earlier in the season. You know, his averages are just going to jump straight up again. So I'm going to be patient with Rice, because quite frankly, the way things are going at the moment, he's a 5.2 average, so his averages are creeping up again. He should hopefully be back at a 5.56 average in the next few game weeks. I'm totally happy with that, which brings me to my next transfer, which is Anderson. I brought in Anderson. Why didn't I bring it? Why? This is, I do not understand myself sometimes. Anderson is my perfect asset. So why the hell haven't I brought Anderson in like months ago? It's just a constant 4, 5, 6, 7, averaging 5 or 6 consistently. I would chew your right hand off, my own right hand off, if I could have 11 players consistently bringing in 5 or 6 points. And then you throw a cat. That's the dream. That is my dream. Literally on the spreadsheet, that is my dream. To have 11 players averaging that 5 or 6 points totally consistently and unspectacularly, and have a consistent captain, bang, 70 points. Anderson is my dream. So watch now. I brought him in. I'm telling you, watch now. His numbers are going to fall off a cliff. This has happened to me so often. It's happened a little bit with Gabriel, isn't it? It's happened with Rice. So many. Bruno stopped scoring now as well. Of course he has. Yeah. Anyway, getting to the United duo, and Mbumo's actually been nice and consistent. I mean, he's lovely there with a nice 6.2 average. Love to see that going up. But yeah, he's been very consistent. 4 returns in 5. You know, you take that any day of the week. I think I've got him down for a 5 in the last game. I think, is that right? Should it be 6? I'll have a double check on that. Bruno, yeah, has changed a little bit since he's lost the old DEFCON, and he's playing up further up. He's not having that sort of more defensive role. One to keep an eye on. He didn't have a very good game against Everton, did he? Wasn't great. But I think as we go into this period again of busy fixtures, all these cup matches and Europe, Bruno is your ideal asset. 90 minutes on penalties, on set pieces, creator in the team. Hopefully he will start to, particularly I think at Old Trafford, he'll get a few shots off, I think, and hopefully we can see a big haul out of him this game week, because he's my captain. I'm going to go against Haaland. Yeah, I'm going to go against Haaland. Talk more about that in a second. I need to do something different, and at this stage of the season, 11 games left, I think 10k is well out of sight now. 50k, not impossible, but you know what, I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this and just take some punts. Fuck it. See, it's the season that it is, and I think, you know, okay, Bruno's Bruno. He will suddenly get on a run, and you never know where it's going to come, where he'll hit an 11, 12, 13 point a week and week, you know, do it really consistently. Then he'll drop off a wee bit, then he'll come back. I think people forget Bruno can be a frustrating asset. I think we've all got this stars in our eyes there for a while with Bruno. You can. Remember, think back to the beginning of the season, all the frustration there. We're going to get a bit of that again. But then when he bangs, and he'll do it 4 or 5 weeks in a row. So he's had a couple of little blankers now. So yeah, this would be a good time for him to turn into a little bit of a captaincy. He's certainly not a differential in terms of just playing him on his own, because I think most people do have him now. But as a captaincy differential, why the hell not at this stage of the game? And I have brought in Ekitike, and this is me definitely going for a fixtures over form play. I like Ekitike. I like the way he plays. He's full of energy. He's get chances. I hope he's not another bloody Darwin Núñez. He just looks as though he's a bit of a better footballer. And I just think once he hits that net, I think there's some 14, 15, 16, 17 pointers in his locker. So he's in. It's as simple as that. And that means now, well, I would have had a fully playing bench because it was Barnes. I brought Barnes up, so that's where I needed the money, the Palmer money from bringing in Ekitike. And the fixtures are there. Well, West Ham at home, Wolves away, Tottenham home, Brighton away, not too bad, Fulham home, not bad, Everton away. It's a good run of fixtures, and if they do end up having a double, that's not a bad double, is it? Everton away and Crystal Palace at home. And of course, Haaland, he's on a 5.6 average. It's not fantastic. Really thought about selling him. Still might. You know, the other player, of course, I think a lot of us have thought about is Thiago. But what I think I will try and do, again, depending on how these doubles are working out, you know, is could I get Brobby up to Thiago? There's a few things on my mind for the future, but still, Brentford and Fulham assets are still of interest. Probably more Brentford than Fulham, because I think by the time I get to do the transfers, the Fulham fixtures will be running out and we'll be moving into Liverpool away, Brentford away. So Brentford away definitely interests me, and that would probably maybe to change Enzo into Dango, maybe, and then maybe see if I've got enough to get Brobby, if that yellow flag doesn't come off him in a few weeks' time, and maybe see if I can get him up to Thiago, or maybe a Raul or something like that. Maybe Raul, with potentially a bench boost in 30 in mind, depending on how these cup fixtures are playing out, and what sort of projections we're looking at for the 33 double and the blank 34. Now at the moment I'm still hoping that I'll have 11 plus doublers out in 33, and maybe play my bench boost there. We'll do the free hit in 34, but I'm going to need a bit of luck. At the moment, every single team in the Premier League could potentially double. But I think my sensible thing now is, as I say, the videos will be a little bit erratic over the next week or two. I will try and come back during this game week. I think I am probably going to roll 29. It doesn't look too bad. So that again, I've got a couple of transfers with a bit more information after the 5th round of the FA Cup, and maybe we can just start to glean a little bit what those cup matches are going to look like and project who is going to be the most likely doublers, and hopefully I've got quite a few in there. Otherwise we have a problem. Lap of the gods, folks. Lap of the gods. That's kind of it. That is the team. How do I think it will do? As per usual, looks good on paper. It'll be shite. It'll be another 35-40 pointer. I don't know how this keeps happening to me. I'm sure there's a good reason for it. We'll do some introspection at the end of the season, I can tell you that. Hope you lot are doing okay. Once again, sorry for the erraticness of the videos. I'm afraid the Bishop Brown Cup and a few things are just going to have to be put aside just for a couple of weeks, guys. But I hope you lot are doing well, and I'll be back hopefully in a few days' time, and hopefully before game week 29. If not, have fun, play your own game, don't panic. Hope you all have cracking game weeks. I'll see you lot soon in this cold and rain. Where's my pint of Guinness?